Hello creators and crafters, and welcome! In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I made a Valentine's Day wreath using multiple sizes of Deco mesh. This wreath is a fun and easy craft suitable for most ages and a great at-home project to do. I'm using a mixture of products from Michael's, the Dollar Tree, and Old Time Pottery. This process can be applied to any wreath with any color combination. I wanted to share this project because I'm using different products than my previous wreaths. Alrighty creators, let the craft commence! The first product I'm using is a 21-inch long roll of Deco mesh in dark pink. The second type of Deco mesh I'm using is this 10-inch roll of metallic ombre mesh because I adored the stripes and color combination. And lastly, I'm using 3 rolls of a mixture of 5.5 inches and 6-inch Deco mesh. The varying sizes is due to the store's inventory. I'm using a 14-inch wreath form purchased from the Dollar Tree because they have the best priced wreath form. I found this wreath form for the price easily rivals the competition. I picked up a sign from the Dollar Tree, but you can grab one from any store or online. These adorable heart vase fillers were one of the cutest Valentine's items I found at the Dollar Tree, and I had to have them in both colors. For me, more is always more, so I also grabbed these little balls and hearts from the Dollar Tree as well. I really love adding as much texture and detail as possible when I make a wreath, so don't be afraid to go wild. I personally love using Deco tubing on my wreaths and chose to go with red and pink. I feel like it adds a nice, clean line texture. I purchased this sprig from Michael's to shove in my wreath. I really dig the vibe sprigs add, and I feel like it elevates a wreath from homemade level to boss level. This just looks more professional to me. For attaching the Deco mesh and tubing onto the wreath form, you're going to need 18 full-length pipe cleaners, also known as tinsel stems from the Dollar Tree or Chanel stems. Pick a coordinating color so that we can twirl them at the end. The first step is to attach all of our 18 tinsel stems onto the wreath form. As you can hopefully see here, I'm attaching mine to the 2 outside circles. Go from the outside circle to the next one and then back to the outside circle. My reason for doing it this way is because I have quite a large sign, and I realized the sign covers much more of the wreath than I liked the previous way I attached my Deco mesh of the inner circles. Also, by using the larger rolls of Deco mesh, this wreath is fluffier and more to my liking, and I want the poofiness more on the exterior. This way also makes the wreath slightly wider in diameter. Now for cutting the Deco mesh. This hack eliminates the need for a rotary cutter and is significantly faster. I wish I realized this was a superior way sooner, but it is what it is. I really wanted to get this updated way out for all you crafters that may not know about it. With a piece of cardboard cut to 8 inches in length, wrap your Deco mesh roll around it 18 times, or if you're counting all the way around as 1 time, then 9 times. Cut the roll off and then cut at each edge so that you have a total of 18 pieces. Do this for each color of the smaller rolls and also the 10-inch roll. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now we're going to cut our 21-inch roll 9 times for 9 pieces. You can cut the rolls as small as 8 inches or up to 10 inches for extra floof. Then we're going to first attach the 21-inch roll to the outside ring and then skip 1 stem and attach it again to the next stem on the outside ring. You'll do this for every 21-inch piece, attach it to the same ring and skip 1 stem in between. Remember to always twist your stems in the same direction, either clockwise or counterclockwise, but always in the same direction. Once that's complete, you're going to first roll your 10-inch roll and then your 3 smaller rolls on top. I like to layer my smaller rolls in a series, so I'll make sure that light purple is on top, then pink is on top, and then dark purple is on top. I'll go in order all the way around so every third tie has the same color on top. This is not necessary, but I want to make sure I evenly disperse the colors as much as possible without getting too many of the same color on top by accident. Once the rolls are all attached, you can see how much fluffier the wreath is than previous wreaths. This is great if you have a large sign or just simply prefer a fluffier wreath. At first it will look a little bit sparse, but we'll be adding so much onto the wreath that you will not see the bars. I would recommend a lighter wreath form for lighter wreaths, but my Dollar Tree only carried the darkest form. Now it's the next day for me. As you can see, my pullover changed. We're going to take the Deco tubing and twist it into the infinity sign twice. Place this tubing onto the stem and twist it in the same direction as all of your other twists. I'll vary from pink to red. I do prefer 3 colors for this, so all the same color isn't next to each other, but I couldn't find white and I didn't like the purple color I found. You can absolutely do 2 on the same stem, pink on top then red on top, but I knew I'd be adding so much to my wreath that I just did 1 per stem. I do love the look of more than 1 per stem though, so try both ways and see what your preference is. And finally, we are almost complete with the base and can get to decorating. Take a pen or pencil or whatever you can find and wrap the tinsel stem around it to make a twirl. You can cut the stems off, but I think they're pretty cute twirled. Always give the stems a final twist to make sure they don't come undone, again in the same direction always as you previously did. Do this for all of them. Time to attach the sign. Place your sign where you want it, remove the ribbon hanger, and fluff the Deco mesh up and around it. Once it's been fluffed, glue the sign in. I'd recommend using a popsicle stick to hold the mesh onto the back of the sign so that you don't burn your fingers. Just be careful and use a good amount of glue so your sign is attached well and you don't have to worry about it possibly falling off, because remember, it is going to be on a door. You can flip the sign over and attach it that way once you've attached it to the front enough to where it won't move. I find that this is easier and helps me make sure that my sign is really well attached. Now we're going to put in the balls. How I like to go about this process is by using the rule of 3. I'll choose my largest spheres first, same style and same color, and place them around the sign as evenly dispersed as possible. Once they're glued in, I'll continue this way, working my way down to the small spheres that I have, always using my rule of 3 or 5. I'm going to show you this process more slowly, then speed it up so you can see the way I do it if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed and stressed about it. With the heart ornaments, place them in using the rule of 3 or 5 and try to spread them out evenly as well. I did these last because I didn't want to cover them. Now to the precious little hearts. I wanted them all over the wreath in the foreground and also in the background. I first started placing them in my clusters on top so that it gave a layered illusion. Then I just glued them anywhere and everywhere, especially in the center of the twisted stems. With the sprigs, I placed them sticking up and out of the bottom, but not too far out so that my wreath was still easy enough to store. If they stick out too far, they are a pain to put away without damaging. I shove mine in the back as well as closer to the front, again working in layers. This last part is completely unnecessary, but I couldn't resist. I have a bag full of beads from a parade called Gasparilla. I thought they'd be really cute hanging off of the bottom of the wreath. I had to hang my wreath for this portion of the project. Cut your beads at the seam and twist them together if you have more than one strand. Place them where you want them and then glue them in. Don't worry if it's tricky at first, you'll get the hang of it. And there you have it, a Valentine's Day wreath that could easily compete with many Etsy listings. When I hopped onto Etsy to compare my wreath with what's available, I was pleasantly surprised. So realistically, you could keep this wreath for personal use or sell it for profit. It also makes a really wonderful gift. I hope this video inspired you to get out there and create something beautiful, whether for yourself, to sell, or a gift. Thanks so much for watching and feel free to subscribe. If you like this video, let me know. There's no right or wrong way to make a wreath, so take that plunge and start crafting.